surely nary a soul would disagree that the years seem to zoom by. But few know that what they perceive as time passing faster is the energy planes Earth has been traversing, or that the time-rushing sensation will become stronger as she enters still higher vibratory levels. You do know this, but it's not likely that your thoughts in this moment are about the workings of universal laws, but of rather holiday activities, and in keeping with this, we shall speak about this season's traditional music. You listen to, sing, or play instruments for religious music, majestic choral works, carols and popular tunes, but you may not realize how significantly this is affecting your world. Beyond reverence and great pleasure, and that in itself is immensely beneficial, the tones and lyrics of your familiar music emit vibrations that strongly stir emotions. We rejoice with everyone for whom this is the excitement of festivities with family and friends, religious observances, concerts, or other special events. The vibrations also intensify the feelings of people who are grieving the loss of loved ones, or are ill, or homeless and hungry. And it is the prevailing heightened emotions that stir individuals and groups to reach out to those in need of comfort and other assistance. More abundantly than ever before, upliftment is being given with caring hearts and received with gladdened hearts, and the light this is creating glows brilliantly. The importance of music is much more than seasonal, it plays a vital role in your lives throughout the year. What some call music of the spheres, the glorious tones of stringed instruments that probably gave rise to the idea that souls in heaven spent eternity playing harps, produce vibrations at a frequency that keeps the universe in balance, and as microcosms of the universe, you receive that balancing benefit in the same measure as your receptivity. Although the image of eternal harpists in nirvana is far from the reality, there are many thousands, and at times a million or so, musicians and instruments, because music is essential to your spirit world's very existence. Particularly the vibrations of the strings keep its perimeters flexible and everything throughout the realm in attunement, and they are indispensable in healing persons who arrive with traumatized psyches or damaged etheric bodies. In much the same way, Nirvana's composers and musicians are helping you. They continuously transmit music to Earth so the peoples can absorb the high vibrations that release suppressed feelings, an emotional catharsis, if you will, and, unless illness is a sole contract choice, the vibrations assist bodies to regain sound health. Your finest music, symphonies, concertos, and other classical opuses that scientific experiments have shown help humankind, animals and plants to thrive, originated in the heavens and was filtered to your composers at soul level. Some attributed their works to divine inspiration, and since music comes from the soul, those composers gave credit where it was due. What never has come from any divine source are the discordant, cacophonous sounds of heavy metal and hard rock, which often have lyrics that also emit very low vibrations. Those kinds of sounds jar your energy systems, creating imbalance and diminishing the body's capacity to absorb light. That adversely affects you emotionally, physically, and mentally, thus blunting spiritual and conscious awareness. While neoclassical compositions can have somewhat the same effect, the composers, who are especially sensitive to Earth's energy, wrote music that reflected Gaia's agony until her planetary body's ascension was securely underway, and negativity and more current dark activity underlies the tonal works of later composers. Now then, even if a number of you had not requested our comments, we would have spoken about a lamentable part of what otherwise is this season's extraordinary thoughtfulness, kindness, and generosity, the spirit in which a number of countries are welcoming Syrian refugees. Many in the United States Congress and some presidential candidates are, instead, instilling in the citizenry fear about the refugees. Some are acting from genuine concern, having succumbed to the fear that was fomented. Others are using fear to make political hay, so to say. Not only is fear a highly magnified energy that blocks light, thereby blocking empathy, sympathy, compassion, and rational thought, it is wildly contagious. A few persons who have public attention, amply aided by mainstream media, can infect the populace. That is what happened in the United States, where many people are afraid to provide sanctuary to any refugees. We honor and commend all souls in that country and around your world who are thinking and speaking out factually. The refugees aren't terrorists, they are fleeing from war and terrorism. To reach safe havens, they risk their lives crossing rough waters in small overcrowded boats, or by arduous, exhausting treks overland. Could a terrorist join the millions of women, men, and children who leave homes, livelihoods, and possessions to undertake such a journey? Yes, that is a possibility, but rational thought is, with neither assurance of survival nor the ability to carry explosive equipment, someone on the destructive mission more likely would travel by a fast, safe means that enabled transporting necessary materials. With unconditional love for Gaia and every sentient being on her planetary body, far distant civilizations whose vastness and power are beyond your imagining are beaming intensive light to dispel fear so every heart can open to love. Love is the key to the world you are there to help create, and you would feel as encouraged as we if you could see the light radiating from all the souls who are responding. We quote one line of a reader's email: "I so wish that everyone feels loved and warm, every living being of every kingdom." When those sentiments permeate your world, Earth will be the beauteous Eden she once was, and all life will flourish as harmoniously as it once did. Please ask Matthew if we need to pray for the people that have died. If we choose to die in a certain way, time and day, what good does it do to the soul? Is praying and meditation the solution to all of this drama the world is in? First, we repeat something stated in previous messages: your every thought and feeling is a prayer. Mother, we want to provide information about prayer that goes beyond answering the questions. Please copy what I told you long ago, when I was living in Nirvana. Matthew, are the effects of prayers diminished if the people don't go to church even though they know the value of group energy? God never meant churches to be buildings of any kind. The magnificent cathedrals are man's idea, not God's. Church is all within the soul. Church is one's feelings of reverence, of thanksgiving. It is the uplifting of the spirit into the love and light of God. In this way, church is a single prayer that has the ability to touch the universe. In a church building filled with praying people, there may be only a few whose prayers have a pure and forceful energy flow. Many people pray with only a faint ritual observation, with no real energy. Others pray in such extreme distress or anxiety that their energy is distorted and has an adverse effect upon themselves as well as adding to universal negativity. Smooth energy flow is what positively affects each soul and the universe, not frenzied praying about specific conditions. It is energy balance that sustains and comforts. I'm not speaking about the intent of the prayer, but only about the effect of the energy involved in the praying. The energy put forth in a prayer for a completely selfish, greedy purpose may be just as intense as a prayer put forth for the safety of a beloved family member or a friend. The intent is recorded as one aspect, and the energy flow, or force, is recorded as another. Furthermore, one who prays for a specific outcome regarding another doesn't know that soul's pre-birth agreement. Conditions or events the prayer is petitioning to have changed may be exactly those the soul chose as his life's lessons. The same is true of prayers for oneself, because your consciousness is rarely in communication with your soul. So pray for your own or another's highest good, and don't direct intense emotion toward a specific outcome of your choosing. The outcome is not your conscious choice. You can feel a sense of relief in this knowledge, which will be registered in your sensitivity as peacefulness. That allows energy to proceed unencumbered not only within your physical and psychic self, but issued forth as harmony into Earth's consciousness. Mother, I know you have heard that prayers for the dead are important and you've wondered why that would be necessary. Well, we aren't dead, but since that reference is to souls in this realm, I want to assure you that prayers for us are indeed important. I don't mean only for those who arrive with great needs for comforting and healing, but also for us whose lives are vital and vibrant, with ongoing lessons and spiritual growth. Of course we need and welcome your prayers. And please know that they are especially welcome when in balanced energy, because those prayers are the most beneficial to us and to you, our beloved ones. Thank you, Mother. Is praying and meditation the solution to all of this drama the world is in? Begs more than a yes or no answer. Absolutely light-filled thoughts and feelings are essential. They enter the collective consciousness, latch onto what matches them, and bring those energy streamers back to your world. But action is essential, too. Telling family, friends, and co-workers why you feel optimistic about the future can allay their fears and reverse their low vibrational pessimism. Not all of you can participate in national or international organizations whose efforts are directed toward peace, justice, environmental preservation, or animal rights, for instance. But you can support their efforts by the energy you put forth, signing pertinent petitions and donating money if your circumstances permit. Perhaps you are able to volunteer in local groups that provide worthy community services, and by becoming informed about candidates for public office, you can vote for those you deem best qualified. And we remind you that simply by living in godly ways, you are beaming light into the world. Never underestimate the power of your light. Earth's population is more than 6 billion and growing. Matthew said etheric bodies have mass. Don't they take up room? What happens if nirvana runs out of space? Yes, etheric bodies take up room, but never could nirvana even become crowded, much less run out of space. Unlike Earth and other planets that retain their shape and size, nirvana's interconnected flexible layers have limitless expansion capacity. All layers offer learning advantages and comfortable living accommodations, but because the higher dimensions also have exceptional beauty, diversity, and manifesting possibilities, countless souls from other worlds go there to vacation, teach, or attend advanced classes, or rest after a difficult lifetime. Visitors and temporary occupants, all of whom are fourth density or higher in soul evolvement, may have bodies with considerably more mass than etheric bodies. It is spiritual status that affords entry to this multi-civilizational environment, where people with various body styles, attire, interests, and talents happily mingle with each other and Earth's animals. Life in those parts of nirvana is sublime, and, although they know your religion's fallacies, visitors and others who live there temporarily join the residents from Earth in celebrating with you the spirit of this holy season, and their combined high vibrations add to the glowing light in your world. Dearest family, sing joy to the world and peace on earth, goodwill toward men, toward all souls, with feelings of love, gratitude for blessings in your life, and forgiveness of the ones who don't want those words to ever ring true. The truth of the words already abounds in the fullness of Earth's golden age in the continuum, and is coming ever more steadily to that world you are helping to create in linear time. Let the joyousness of this season continue throughout your new year, and keep your light brightly shining. Always our unconditional love is with you, and many brothers and sisters from other homelands are journeying right alongside you. Love and peace.